Back for another top-notch video, guys. This week we're going to be reviewing the 8th of January through the 12th of January. Another great week for markets, so let's dive right into it. This week, guys, the bulls did extremely well for a bit of market commentary. Once again, the Dow gained another 201 points. Markets aren't closed yet. It's Friday. We got another couple hours left, but I had to make this today since I'm going down to Florida. For the most part, we're getting some earning reports today, so watch for those on Friday. And in regards to the IVV fund or C fund, the S&P 500 is moving to new highs this week, and it's been above its 200-day moving average, and it's moving pretty fast, guys. So just keep watching that. It really exploded this week. The S fund had a big day as well. It's been continuing to rise this week, so just be aware of that. And as we continue on, AGG was down again. Like I said, not a very good fund to invest in. So let's move into the charts and what we got going on from there. So our overall review for this, it's only a defensive fund basically when stocks are not doing well and stocks are doing great. That's not a place to have your money. Moving down to the C fund or IVV ETF. If we go to the IVV ETF, I zoomed up a lot for you guys this week. As you can see, markets have just exploded in January. Just continue to rise significantly as we watch this the C fund or IVV. So that's what we have for this week. Another outstanding week. As you can see, the week performance is doing very, very well. So no complaints there whatsoever for this ETF. Let's look on it on a chart perspective. So this is our weekly charts. As you can see, we were losing a little bit of energy here with IVV, but now we've continued to rise, and the rally has continued to go up. Now, just note with a fake out, when you have a weekly fake out, it usually lasts 2 to 3 bars. Typically, what I've seen, but we just don't know where this is going to go. Still in the Bollinger Band, still have room to run. It looks like into next week. The 2-day chart looks just looks great as well. We were looking to have this kind of fake us out here and just continue to rise. So I just if you have your funds in this stock, way to go. You've done very well. It was one of the best performers for this week as of this filming. Moving on to our S fund or VXF ETF for the TSP account. Our VXF or S fund has continued to rise as well. We broke a resistance line here in this last week, and it's just continued to rise significantly. Huge gains. So we had that great day, I think, on Wednesday, and it was just incredible. Obviously, we're doing very well here. Let's look at it on the charts. So we were sitting for a very long time in this period of we just didn't know what was going on, back and forth, back and forth. Not so good for our charts to watch stocks, but we did hold for most of December, and then in January we switched to EFA, which is our I fund. So, but the S fund has done very well as well. It's had 2 weeks now of awesome gains on the 2-day chart. It's continuing to rise. So another very good fund to have your money in. I mean, when you get 3% returns, there's nothing really bad you can say about these stocks. So I would just be careful for a pullback. Nothing goes up forever, so be aware of that. We are coming out of the Bollinger Bands just a tad bit on the 2-day chart. On the weekly, we still got room to run. Let's move to our next fund, EFA. So this is where we've had our funds in the last week. As you can see, our funds have done very well along with other markets. We've continued to rise. Just today we had a 0.66 gain on that, and I mean another 3% gain for the month. So you really just can't complain about what we're doing with this stock. This is a great ETF, great fund. I fund for the TSP continues to do extremely well. Based off my own opinions, I feel like this has to come down to touch this line again at some point, maybe come back to $72 just to retest that. But we haven't seen that on the charts, and I'm going to show you that right now. charts, we just had a weekly crossover last week, so we're doing very, very well here. It's our second up week with good energy, and as you can see, the charts have just been out just phenomenal. And we are outside our Bollinger Band, so that makes me that's just the first warning sign of many. But just I'm gonna say continue to have your funds in this until I see anything different. On our 2-day charts, we still have the 2-day with us as well. Lot of bars outside that Bollinger Band mark, but the charts just continue to rise. Even if you look at it on a 4-hour basis, we were coming down and we just ended up going right back up again. So that's a very good sign for going to next week and being in this fund. So I would say don't change anything if you're in this fund, and we're going to continue to be in this fund. Lastly, let's look at bonds, or AGG, or the F fund for TSP. F fund, AGG, ETF for TSP. AGG, we've done a pretty well job at predicting of where the stock is going, and as you can see, it never did get above that 109.50 line. Continued down on this resistance line, and we even broke the 109 resistance line, and now we're at this very, very bottom line here. A lot of down market here. I don't think it'll go any lower than what we have here off this resistance line, but just expect it to go back and forth between these two lines. I wouldn't expect it to pick up anytime soon. Let's look at our charts just to see for confirming that. Basically, on our weekly, we had more negative down movement this week. It looked like we were coming out, but we didn't put any money into this fund, and sure enough, it just exploded back into a really negative weekly fake out, which is really bad. As you can see, nothing positive on this stock chart for putting your money in that fund. So AGG is just not doing well at this time. Even on the 2-day chart, we had a nasty fake out, and just we're hitting the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. It's so bad right now. So just be aware of that, guys. I would not have your money in AGG at this point. I would pull it out of that. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I had for our markets this week. So I would just say, moving to our allocations, that we don't have anything in our G fund. If you want to diversify a little bit, you could maybe put some in your C fund, F fund, and I fund. As far as I go for this channel and for my account, I'm going to continue to hold the I fund for 100% of my allocation. We'll see where that goes. I've been thinking about maybe putting something in one of the 30 life cycles just to diversify my funds, and because I know that there's going to be a pullback at some point. Nothing can go up forever. So it'd be nice to capitalize on those 3% gains and not lose as much. And no one knows what the market's going to do. It could continue to rise. The charts look like it's going to continue to rise. So that's why I'm going to keep my allocation here. But I'm thinking about next week, towards the end of the week, maybe moving some of those funds towards the life cycle fund to guard capital. Because if I move to a life cycle fund, that means I diversify and I get a little bit my G fund, which is what we use to guard capital from these high returns so far just in the first 2 weeks of January. If you guys like this channel, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope to see you guys next week. That's another top-notch video.